Language. Alan Morgan, 81 years old, had a stroke, and all of a sudden he's got a language coming out that he wasn't speaking before. He was evacuated to Wales in World War II, but then left at the age of 10 for England, where he lived for the next 70 years. So although he was surrounded by Welsh speakers for those first few years of his life, he never learned the language. But when he had his stroke and regained consciousness 3 weeks later, he could only speak Welsh and couldn't speak English. So he had to relearn English. So there's, you've probably heard of cases where people had a stroke and ended up with some accent, some, foreign accent. And that's, that's child's play. Anybody that's ever heard a language, or heard a television program could mimic a French accent or whatever. But to have an entire language all of a sudden surface post-stroke is just amazing. So the stuff in there, again, people think that they have a poor memory. I guarantee you, you do not have a poor memory. Accessing it may be a different thing. But if they stick that little electrode down in that, brain of yours, all of a sudden you remember a memory that you haven't remembered since a child. The sights, the smells, the temperature, the taste, everything about that, that episode. So it's all in there. It's just your ability to recall it is what's impaired. So one of the things that they've done to access it is, give basically electrical current. So they had, Alan SNYDER is a neuroscientist, and he gave 28 volunteers a puzzle that stumped lab subjects for 50 years. Nobody had ever been able to solve this. And he gave them the transcranial direct current stimulation, and more than 40% of these people were able to solve that puzzle. It's just amazing. But the control group who got pretend, current, they didn't actually get the same stuff, they couldn't do it. So again, different types of brain injuries. We've seen it eliminate stuttering, enhance memory in monkeys and rats, and even restore lost eyesight. There's a lot of unusual things that have happened from injuries. Piano, I had to show you this. Again, we've seen some music things, but this kid's 4 years old. When you first see it, he's holding up 4 fingers, so watch this. His dad's trying to get him to play something on the piano.
收拾心情，收拾心情，好激昂㗎，好激昂嘅，知唔知啊？每一下要撞爛啲石頭。
I mean, you're just out of diapers. So again, it's unbelievable. Again, a prodigy is somebody that with an ability that you normally would take years of training in order to acquire. So they're just that way. Anyway, Rubik Cube. Again, I find people that can process things like this fascinating, because I personally never was able to do a Rubik Cube. I still can't figure it out. I don't know what they're even thinking. I don't know how they process the information. I'm in awe of any of you that can do this. But here's, they have world contests every year, and this is just one of them I found fascinating. See them in action. So they pick that thing up, they get to look for as long as they want, but they're being timed. So as soon as they feel that they can do it, they put that blindfold down, the paper goes between them to make double sure that they can't see that thing. And 16 seconds later, he's done with that thing. So yeah.